Hey and welcome to this go-to guide for if you're thinking about starting a wrestling based pic fed or stop motion show. This is something that a few people have wanted me to do for a while, and while I've done similar videos about this in the past, such as my behind the scenes video, this is a less rambly, more concise and simplified guide for any of you out there who want to start a pic fed or stop motion show but have no idea where to start. This is even a video for people who have no desire to start their own show, but maybe are interested in how I go about doing it. I'll split this guide into sections. Section 1 is going to be writing the show, Section 2 is going to be making the show, and Section 3 is going to be editing the show. So if you want to skip ahead to any of those sections, go ahead, but I'm going to go through things step by step. That just makes it easier to understand. So now that I've covered writing storylines, you've filmed the thing, now let's move on to the final step. Editing your show. So you've written your show, you filmed it, now it's time to put all of that hard work together. I highly recommend Windows Movie Maker. As primitive as it sounds, because of how limited it is, it's actually ideal for putting pictures together. Also, you can see them shot by shot in the editing window, which makes it easier to edit and time things together. When editing, edit each individual segment or match as its own video, and then put the segments together at the end. Start off by importing your photos into Movie Maker, if you do choose to do it this way. For PicFed, it's best to have 1.1 seconds per picture. As for stop motion, I personally use 0.09 seconds per picture, with 1.5 seconds on pictures when I have incorporated pauses. This is important for pacing of segments and matches. Of course, do whatever works with your style. Go through the video, don't even consider sound yet. If there's a blurry or dark shot that you forgot to delete, now's the time to get rid of it. So once you're happy with how that looks overall, and once it's been rendered out, I import the video into Sony Movie Studio. Sony Vegas works as well. Perhaps you like working with Adobe Premiere. I find Movie Studio is the simplest to use, so I use that, and this is where I add the video and the sound effects. On YouTube, there are numerous sound effects such as chair shots, crowd sounds, ring sounds, music, etc. that you can download and use. What I do is import the segment I've just put together in Movie Maker and then add the sound effects matching the sounds to the video. And once sound is taken care of, there's a whole bunch of video effects you can add to give your show a bit more detail. For example, for a hyper promo package, you could tweak the color settings or give it a video effect to enhance it. For entrances, such as The Undertaker's for instance, you can add green screen smoke from YouTube or even just darken the image in the color settings. Just brings it to life a little bit more. A lot of people ask me as well, how do I make my Titantrons? It's a pretty simple process. You literally use a text tool, write out the wrestler's name, splice a couple of clips of that wrestler and just play around with the effects on the video software. Now once the sound is added and the video effects are done, I commentate over the match. I use a Blue Yeti mic, which I would recommend if you're actually going to commentate. Then I tweak the audio in Audacity, which just improves the quality of the recording somewhat. Now I will say commentating isn't for everyone, but it helps tell the stories you're trying to portray. Some advice though, firstly, if you do decide to commentate, make sure you sound confident and aren't just whispering into the microphone or deadpan in the action, for example, "Oh wow, this is incredible," or "This is a good match." Then again, it takes practice. So, even me, go back and listen to episode 8 of NLW. That was the first episode I commentated on, and just see how far I've come in terms of commentating. Trust me, it was cringy and awkward. And the first time you try it, it's probably going to be cringy and awkward as well. But it takes time. Just practice and you'll get better if you do decide to commentate. Otherwise, just go on YouTube and there's a bunch of commentated sound effects that you can use. Alternatively, you could use subtitles for talking segments, but be warned, make sure that you use good spelling and clear subtitles. For example, this is clear, this is not. It also looks really tacky. So now that all the pieces are finally put together, you can render the video out once you're happy with it. I suggest an MP4 1080p for the best quality, and once it's done, that's it. Now I've taken a couple of quick mock-up shots of the episode I wrote out from stage 1, just to give you somewhat of a guideline as to what I've been talking about. So that's essentially it, a simple guide to those of you wanting to set up a pic fed or stop motion show. Let me know if there's anything I've missed out or if there's any more questions you want answered, and I'll try and get back to you. For now, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please like it, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.